before she wore a crown. She was an orphan. Before nations trembled at her voice, she had nothing. No family, no future, no hope. Her name was Esther, and she would risk everything to save everyone she loved.
If I perish, I perish.
This is her story. A story of faith, of courage, of an ordinary girl who became an extraordinary hero. Subscribe to Holy Reels and witness the greatest stories ever told. Long ago, when the world was young and empires rose like mountains, there was a kingdom that stretched from the rivers of India to the shores of Africa. His name was Xerxes, and for 180 days, he threw a party to show off everything he owned. He had everything a man could want: armies, gold, nations bowing before him. And yet, behind those powerful eyes lived a man who had never known true love.
My princes, my nobles, you have seen my wealth, my armies, my glory! But there is one treasure you have not yet seen. Bring me Queen Vashti. Let her wear her royal crown. Let every man here see that I possess the most beautiful woman in all the earth.
It was a command no one had ever refused. But Xerxes was about to learn that some women cannot be commanded. In her own hall, Queen Vashti hosted the noblewomen. She was brilliant, dignified, a queen in her own right.
The king wants me to parade myself before his drunken friends. Tell the king I am his queen, not his trophy. I will not come.
No one had ever told Xerxes no. No general, no king, and now his own wife. Before everyone who mattered, she had humiliated the most powerful man on earth.
What does the law say must be done? King, if Vashti's defiance goes unpunished, every wife in your empire will despise her husband.
Let a royal decree go forth. Let Vashti never come before the king again. And let her crown be given to another, someone more worthy.
And just like that, Vashti was gone, erased. But her empty throne was waiting for someone no one expected. Waiting for a girl named Esther. Far from the marble palaces, in the humblest corner of the city, lived a girl who had no idea that her whole life was about to change. Her name was Hadassah. It means myrtle flower, a beautiful bloom that grows in hidden places. Her parents had died when she was just a child. She had no wealth, no status, nothing but a pure and loving heart. When Hadassah's parents died, one man stepped forward, her older cousin, Mordecai. He took her in, raised her as his own daughter, loved her as his own heart.
Cousin Mordecai, you're home!
My dear Hadassah, we need to talk. The king is searching for a new queen. They're gathering beautiful young women from across the empire.
How terrible for those poor girls taken from their families.
I know, child. It is a heavy burden. Hadassah, the king's men came here, to our neighborhood, today. They saw you.
No, they can't mean I'm nobody.
They're coming back tomorrow. When they take you to the palace, you must not tell anyone you are Jewish. Not where you come from, not your people, nothing.
But why? I'm not ashamed of who we are.
There are people in that palace who hate our people, who would destroy us if they could. If they discover who you really are, you will not survive. In the palace, you must be Esther. Only Esther. Promise me.
I promise.
It was a secret that would protect her, a secret that would one day save a nation.
This was your mother's. Keep it hidden, always, but let it remind you.
I'm so scared. I'm so scared.
I am scared too, my star. I am. But God is with you. He has a plan, even when we cannot see it.
She walked away from everything she knew. Hadassah became Esther, a girl with no past, no people, no identity she could claim. She carried nothing into the palace but a secret pendant, a desperate prayer, and a God who would never leave her side. Esther entered a world beyond her imagination. 300 young women, all beautiful, all desperate for one crown. Most of them would fail. Later, she met Haggai.
You look like a frightened bird, trapped in a golden cage.
I don't belong here.
You don't. Every girl here dreams of the crown. They scheme, they flatter, they would destroy each other for a chance at the throne. But you're the first one I've met who only dreams of going home.
Is that wrong?
It's extraordinary. These are now your quarters. 7 personal maids, the finest beauty treatments, everything you need.
But why? Why would you help me?
Because the king doesn't need another beautiful face. He's drowning in beauty. He needs something real, something true. And I believe I'm looking right at it.
For 12 months, the young women were transformed. 6 months with oil of myrrh, 6 months with perfumes and cosmetics. They became living works of art. But while they transformed her outside, Esther held on to who she was inside. Every night, in secret, she prayed to a God she could not name aloud. And every day, Mordecai walked past the palace courts, hoping for a glimpse of his girl, praying for her safety. In those silent moments, she remembered who she truly was.
You go before the king. Every other woman loaded herself with jewels and gold and exotic perfumes. What will you take?
Only what you think is best.
Nothing else? No treasures to impress him?
If he can't see me for who I am, no amount of gold will change that.
While others tried to conquer the king with treasures, Esther chose something far more powerful. She chose to simply be herself.
God of my fathers, I don't know why I'm here. But if this is your plan, give me strength.
Send her in. Let's get this over with.
Xerxes had seen 100 beautiful women, but he had never seen anyone like this.
My king.
Look at me. Every woman who has come to me has performed, pretended, tried to be what she thought I wanted. You're the first who simply walked in as herself.
And so the orphan girl became a queen. The nobody from nowhere wore the crown of the most powerful empire on earth.
Behold, Queen Esther!
After Esther became queen, the king lifted one man above every prince in Persia. A royal decree echoed through the palace gates. All who stand at the king's entrance shall bow to him as they bow to the king. And then darkness crept into the kingdom. His name was Haman, and buried deep within him was an ancient hatred, a hatred that would soon rise and threaten to wipe out an entire people. Everyone bowed, everyone except one man, Mordecai the Jew, would kneel only to his God. Haman burned with rage. "Every honor I receive turns to ashes," he snarled, "as long as Mordecai refuses to bow." One man dared to defy him, to mock him without speaking a word. And in that moment, his fury hardened into something far worse: cold, cruel calculation. "Why destroy one man," he whispered, "when I can destroy them all?" Haman's hatred swelled into something monstrous. He would not rest until every Jewish man, woman, and child was wiped from the earth.
The lots have chosen the 13th day of Adar. In 11 months, it shall be done.
Then Haman went before the king. "My king," he began, smooth as silk, "there is a certain people scattered throughout your kingdom. Their laws are different. They do not obey your decrees. They are dangerous. Let an order be given to destroy them, and I will personally pay 10,000 talents of silver as tribute for this service to the crown." The king barely looked up. "The people are yours," he said. "Do as you see fit." And with one careless gesture, the king condemned an entire nation. He didn't even ask who they were. He didn't know. He had just signed the death sentence of his own queen's people. The decree spread like wildfire across the empire. On the 13th day of Adar, all Jews, young and old, women and children, shall be destroyed, killed, annihilated, and their possessions taken. Then Esther's maid rushed in with urgent news, a message that would change everything.
All Jews destroyed my people, my family.
In that moment, Esther realized the terrible truth. Her people were going to die, and she might be the only one who could save them. Mordecai sent a message to Queen Esther, saying, "Do not think that because you are in the palace, you alone will escape. If you remain silent now, deliverance for the Jews will rise from another place, but you and your family will perish." And then he added, "And who knows, perhaps you have come to royal position for such a time as this." Esther was trapped in a terrifying dilemma. In Persia, anyone who approached the king without being summoned was put to death, unless the king chose to extend his golden scepter. Even Esther, the queen, had not been called to him in 30 days. If she stepped into his presence uninvited, she could die. She had only two choices: stay silent and maybe live while everyone she loved was slaughtered, or risk everything for one chance to save them all.
Gather all the Jews in the city, fast and pray for me 3 days. Drink nothing. My maids and I will do the same, and then I will go to the king, even though it is against the law. And if I perish, I perish!
She walked toward the throne room, knowing each step might be her last. One woman against an empire, armed with nothing but faith.
Queen Esther, what troubles you? What do you want? I'll give you anything, up to half my kingdom.
Esther invited the king and Haman to a private banquet, and then another. Haman was flattered. He had no idea he was walking into a trap.
What is it, my queen? Whatever you want is yours.
If I have found favor with you, my king, spare my life, and spare the life of my people. I have been sold, I and my people, to be destroyed, killed, annihilated.
Dare do such a thing!
The enemy is this wicked Haman.
The guard stepped forward and reported, "My king, There are gallows 75 feet high at Haman's house. He built them to hang Mordecai, the man who saved your life. The king's voice turned cold. Hang Haman on them. On the very gallows he built for Mordecai, Haman met his end. His evil plan died with him. And so, the Jews were saved. Mordecai was lifted to the highest honor, and the day that was meant for their destruction became a day of victory and joy. One orphan girl, one impossible choice, one act of courage that saved an entire nation. Perhaps you too are where you are for such a time as this. If this story moved you, subscribe to Holy Reels for more incredible stories of faith, courage, and hope.